Coming up next, Corona. Charles, who is this ad for?
Good question. Obviously for people who want to get away from the ordinary, if I'm not mistaken, but there are definitely people that have something to get away from. They have a lot of stuff. These are people, I think this is for people with disposable incomes, with a considerable amount of, or at least significant wealth, it seems to me. This is not just a good time Budweiser ad. This is for the, also kind of somewhat, they're marketing this beer, I think, for the thinking person, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very nonviolent Pacific ad. I liked it.
Yeah. But it links beer with skin cancer, right? Isn't that what this is about?
No. All I can think of is I go, idiots! These people are idiots because they're sitting there watching the bar on their cell phone going, okay, it's going down. Okay, the cell phone's not working. Why did they bring the cell phone with them? Why does, the first time, just chuck it into the ocean?
There's a whole sea there.
If you don't want anyone calling you on your cell phone, don't bring it with you.
Actually, I really disagree with you. I don't think this is for a wealthy market. I think this is aspirational. I think they're selling the idea that this beer equates with leisure, freedom, relaxation, escape, all those things that in fact you can't actually afford. So you just need a damn Corona so you can, get the nearest thing to it. But ironically, I kind of like it. And the reason that I like it is because aesthetically it performs the thing that it's trying to evoke, which is just amongst the noise pollution of most advertisements, just listening to the sound of waves is, to me, a huge relief. And it's not busy, right? The screen is very still. You just get the sound of the waves, and it's like, oh, thank goodness. So I don't find the ad offensive, and I probably should.
I agree with Tim. I thought it was stupid. These people don't know how to turn off their cell phones on their own. And so they need something else to take away their ability to have their cell phones, to have conversations on their cell phones. So they have to go as far away. And by the way, how many places are there that you can walk 20 feet on a sandy beach and go from full bars to nothing? And, but it reminds you of the ad where they do throw their cell phones in the water. And so, it's an old ad. But I thought, because at first you think, is this one of those cell phone commercials? Is that what they're trying to get? We have bars on the beach. No. Then, they get to that point where, nothing. It's just macaroni.
Are they tantalizing us with the thing that is almost unattainable, and that is leisure? Is that what's really going on in this?
Yeah.
Apparently, I slack off a lot more than you. I get plenty.
I'm always looking for the lesson. It seems to me that one of the most important lessons that Americans need to know is that if you don't make time for leisure, you'll be making time for illness. And you need to carve out time to disconnect, and electronically disconnect is a powerful metaphor for it.
It's interesting that the cell phone has almost overnight become the metaphor for being overprogrammed, for being at everybody's beck and call, for actually having no leisure time, which, when originally it was marketed as this tool for being in touch and for being free.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly why I refuse to carry a cell phone or a pager. If I'm out doing things, it's probably something more important than talking to you on the phone. Leave me a message at home. Not you personally, Margaret.
But I think that there's, I think John is right about this image of leisure and the like. And perhaps it's not for people with, significant wealth. Perhaps it's more aspirational. I grant that point. But I think they are trying to lay a little bit of a trail for you. If you wish to get to that beach, you could try drinking a little of this. That might be one of the ways to go there.
Maybe you won't hear your cell phone when it rings.
Now, the perfect scenario would be if they get drunk, go into the water. One of them gets bit by a shark, and they can't call anyone because their cell phones
They're
dead.
frantically dialing 911. Yeah. What makes me wonder if they want to vandalize the cell tower when it's put up next year.
But by the way, they can walk 20 feet and they're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
So,
right.
you know,
Well,
just-
depending on what the shark bit.
Exactly.
Corona does have one of the most distinctive marketing campaigns, though. They've been having this basically Corona equals quiet beach for years, and it's just raw associationism. My daughter, when she first heard the song My Sharona, said Corona should use that for their theme song. I thought, man, that's going against what they're doing.
No, I should say I enjoy the overall ad campaign, and like you, I find it kind of relaxing.
Okay, time for exit question. What would you like to be miles away from?
Well, I hope, like them, I'm not miles away from the lifeguard when I drink too many Coronas and go swimming.
April.
Referee reports.
Charles.
Oh my gosh. Any nuclear explosions?
Tim.
My brain, but it keeps following me around wherever I go.
Crime statistics show that if you live more than a mile and a half from a freeway, your chance of being burglarized are much lower.